Rock and roll. Here we go. All right, so here we are, session 8. Woohoo! Two more, we get to 10. So that's good stuff. We're gonna do this a little bit different. Today is Artemis 2, the space rocket hurled around the moon. So they're gonna go elliptical around the Earth, and they're gonna do another little bit of a wide turn, and then on the slingshot back, that's when they're gonna pull. They're gonna let Earth's gravity pull it towards the moon, and then they're gonna do their little. They're gonna drift it. They're gonna drift it right across the moon, and then they're gonna come back. That's when they'll come back. They're supposed to land in California somewhere, off the Pacific coast. You ever seen that video? He asked him to spell the Pacific coast, and he goes, Pacific coast? He goes, yeah, the Pacific coast. And he starts spelling out the word specific. Yeah. You know, okay, so not to be an asshole, but kind of to be an asshole. Um, the more I watch TikToks, and as long as I've been on TikTok, I originally was never on it. You know who got me on it? Your Aunt Gabby.
Mm.
She was the one who's like, dude, go put your shit on there. You're funny as fuck, blah, 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 blah. And it turned into something completely different. And I did a whole bunch of funny shit. But yeah, she was the first one that originally was like, go put your stuff on TikTok. Like, you're cool, you're good, you're losing weight and all this other stuff. And it was because of her I first started at TikTok. And then I realized, holy fuck, these people are actually stupid. What the fuck? And then some people are silly as shit. I like the funny stuff. And then the science stuff and the space stuff. And that's all my TikTok. If you were to go through my TikTok, or even my phone for that matter, you're going to see a whole... you're going to see a whole bunch of space stuff. You're going to see a whole bunch of science shit. Guns. The Constitution. The United States. Shit blowing up. Or because... Alright, I grew up on... She doesn't know this. Uh, there was an old video called The Faces of Death. You ever heard of it?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so they got a whole new reboot coming out. See, but our Faces of Death back in the day was like legit. Like it was videos of people actually dying. Yeah, that's how we saw it. And then I had an old friend of mine who used to get into the dark web, and he would find videos of like people getting their heads cut off,
Oh.
and like their eyeballs being ripped out, and like their guts, like people being stabbed to death, like or shot to death. There was one video long time ago I saw where this guy was shot to death outside of a club in New York, and when he was shot, he was falling outside the building. So when he fell outside the building, all of a sudden his body started to roll like into traffic. It was fucking weird. It's one of the weirdest. I obviously I still remember it. So it was super weird, and his body started to roll into traffic, and the next thing you know, you just see like literally like the fucking Green Reaper just walk up into traffic and then go back down into the ground, and the dude's body kept rolling. It was like, what the fuck, dude? No fucking way. It was creepy. That was creepy. That was a weird one. Uh, I seen one fucked up video with children, and I'll never watch another one ever again. Some dark shit, dude. Some dark shit with kids. And this is why I'm so protective over y'all. There's fuck anybody that thinks they're gonna touch you, or anybody's kids for that matter. Don't fucking ever think you can touch. Fuck no, especially if I'm around. Fuck you. I will fucking kill you. So anyway, we're gonna jump into multiverse theory, quantum theory, quantum string theory, okay, and then we're gonna jump into multi-dimensional theory,
I really want to talk about the dead internet theory.
the dead internet theory. Okay, so what information or what tidbits of information do you have about the dead internet theory?
Um, this is from what I've gathered, but the dead internet theory essentially is that most people believe that almost 90% of the online world I guess you could say,
Mm-hmm. The
is all
internet,
bots
basically.
pretending to be human, which I could definitely agree with. I've seen many very bot-like responses, especially if you check, like TikTok, their the comment sections.
Yeah.
It's if you check the responses, some of them are really bot-like,
A
and
bunch of numbers, no face, no picture, no videos.
or it is a face, random username, and then it's just some random combination of emojis.
Yeah. Yeah, those are bots. So the dead internet theory started when like basically when the internet, the full internet came out. See, the internet's been out since like the 70s, but it was under government control. NASA was using it. All these things that are out now, Google, Yahoo, um, Facebook, TikTok, um, Instagram, um, all the social media shit, and all the things they're all government controlled. Like QAnon, that's government control. That's CIA. Those are CIA guys. I'm telling you, sweetie, don't believe everything you hear or see, not even from me. There real QAnon guys? Yes, yes. There are actual real fucking hackers out here that are this shit. These guys are badass, man. These dudes are fucking. They're craziest of the craziest. You know, they're cool as fuck. Um, but most of them are fucking CIA ops. They're all ops, dude. They're all ops. And that ties in with your dead internet theory because they're the ones that control it. So that's why it's all bots, right? Well, it's not your dead. It's been around since even when I was a kid. So when I was a kid, we were the first ones to get the internet. That was my generation. We got the internet first, motherfuckers. We got the internet first, and then of course everything else happened after that. We had this thing called MySpace, and then there was another called Moco Space. Dude, I don't know why. It's just, you don't get it because you weren't there for it. And those who get it, you know. Oh man, Moco Space. That was something else, dude. That was something else. Definitely some wild shit and wild fucking people on there. Not that it's basically like Instagram is the updated version of it,
Oh,
but Instagram is a bit more whatever. I don't even like that fucking.
it's bland
It's
and
so
boring.
cheap and it's just fucking. I gotta. My thought is all social media things are just for cheating. They're for people who can't get enough attention. That's all it's for. And I've known this since it came out, including all the way back to the MySpace days. It was all just for people who didn't get enough attention, who want tons of attention, who need desperately all the attention from everybody everywhere.
Those who want to be popular.
Yeah. Um. So that's all that's for. That's all it's ever been built for. But the dead internet theory does apply in that aspect because yesterday or the day before, what's his name from Dana White came out saying one of the people was one of the commentators were asking him, "Hey, there's word or rumors about supposed AI fights," and he turns around and he says, "So what? Who gives a fuck? You're gonna shut up, sit there, and watch it." And I say, bro, are you talking like you're literally saying y'all about to scam everybody and not have any actual fights, or maybe have one or two actual fights and the rest be AI? Dog, you fucked yourself.
AI.
I can see that going downhill fast, extremely fast. Like you are literally going to
It'll get
collapse your
attention.
company.
It'll get attention, but like, give it a month and it's gonna
Not even
crumble.
that. I don't even give it. I get like I'd say within a month they'll lose hundreds of millions of dollars. They'll lose hundreds. I think that's also why they tied in with like all these other big like Paramount and all these other apps, these movie TV apps. It's that way they don't lose out on their own money. They're guaranteed that money. They signed like a, what was it, a $9 billion contract. That money is guaranteed, whether they make profit or not. So that's why I understand why he's saying that. It's like, oh, you literally lost the whole plot of UFC. Now you're literally just about money, and that's all it is. Because if that was not the case, your fighters would be paid multi millions of dollars. Instead, you have your fighters coming on here and TikTok and all these other things talking about how they're barely making it. Like, what the fuck, dude?
The most disappointing thing is that AI has completely taken over the entire preview of the world, and it's getting so annoying.
That's part of the whole fucking what is that, 2040 agenda or 2030 agenda, 2030, 2040. I forgot what stupid ass agenda they have. There's a whole bunch of them that they excuse me, that all these fucking so-called elites and bullshit have, and for basically to keep people herded. They keep people corralled, and they want to keep people sheeple. They're trying to do their best to keep people in that herd of be afraid of everything, be afraid, be afraid. And then the most popular people that talk out against them, they have people that kill them. Look what they did to Kanye West. Look what they did to Michael Jackson. Look what they did to um, Epstein's been spotted in Florida. Epstein's been spotted in the UK somewhere or something like that, or in Israel or some shit. And they have videos and pictures of shit of it. I don't know if it's really him. Looks like him. Like, I will say that the fucking it looks like him. I don't know the guy. Nor do I'd kill him if I were to fucking ever. Oh, hey, my name's Jeffrey Epstein. Bitch, I'm fucking ripping your throat out right there. Like, fuck you. Your people can kill me all they want. As long as you die, I'm happy. They also found information that he has escape plans about getting a clone. Yeah, they've been cloning people for like 20 years, babe. If not longer, like 30 years. Do you not know this? Did you not know about the sheep they cloned? You don't know about that?
Sheep?
They cloned the sheep, they cloned the tiger, they cloned the dog, they cloned the cat, they cloned rats. You not?
No.
Oh, you got a lot of catching up to do, bro. You got a lot of catching up to do. This is all easy research. I've been on that road long ago. Looked up a lot of crazy shit, a lot of dark shit, a lot of weird shit, a lot of fucked up shit, a lot of evil shit. What do you think the whole fucking... There's all these movements. All you gotta do, if you really want to know if they're really about it, find out who's paying them. Follow the money. Follow the money, and then you'll know if there's a single fucking penny being donated. They're all full of shit. They're all full of shit. I don't give a fuck if it's LGBTQP, LMNOP, whatever the fuck they want to call themselves. Fucking frying pans and saucer pans and fucking tomato pans or whatever. Or if it's fucking, all these stupid fucking rhinos or all these stupid fucking libtards or all these stupid fucks out here. No kings and no queens and blah, blah, blah. And Tweedledees and Tweedledums. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. If there's a penny being donated, your cause is fucking full of shit, and that includes BLM. There's two fucking lesbians that got rich and have mansions in a white neighborhood. But BLM though, that's how you keep stupid people stupid. That's how you keep stupid people stupid. You get them to push these stupid fucking narratives that don't make any goddamn sense. Now think about it. Canada was doing the No Kings. The UK was doing the No Kings. Dog, you literally live under a fucking literal king. And you're protesting us? for no kings, but you are presided over. An actual king, a royal king, owns you. Literally
It's
owns you.
contradicting your own words.
You fucking hypocrite fucks. I don't make the rules. Again, I'm just observing. I'm seeing these morons do this shit. Canada was doing it. Bro, you literally live under a fucking monarch. You can't be this retarded. That'll probably get me banned. But you can't be this fucking stupid. Now let's tie that into the multiverse theory. Ever since CERN went off back in the early 2000s, 2008, something like that, 2007, something like that. 2005 to 2008, somewhere in there, they first fired it up. And one of the original scientists that did it said that we opened something and something came through. I believe that's when they fucking destroyed my original timeline. I truly believe that's when they destroyed my original timeline. Because after that, shit's been fucking different the entire way through. Like the Mandela guy, the one from South Africa, that dude died when I was in high school. He was shot. They killed him in prison. Yeah. And then apparently 2013 or some shit, he was alive. What? What? Hold up, what? And then I saw another one. People were saying Chuck Norris has been dead for years. I was like, bro, he just died. It's like, oh, fuck. That's right. I'm in a different timeline. Could this also be tied into the dead internet theory? Because if it's consciousness or if it's some kind of form of entity or something like that, that could be exactly the same thing. This could be an entire dead timeline.
We just don't know yet.
Yeah, we just don't know yet. That also ties into the black hole theory.
We're stuck in a black hole. We just don't know it yet.
So where do you go from there? My honest truth is, it's all a fucking lie. Time, money, work, it's all a fucking lie. The educational system, the government system, every system that's ever been built that is forced upon you is a fucking lie. It's all a fucking lie. And every last one of them are fucking liars. Or they know exactly what's going on and what's happening, and they're still doing it so that way they can keep people afraid and stupid. Because the longer they can keep people afraid and stupid, the longer they can get away with it and take your money, take your money, take your money, and you're not going to do anything. That's why I got in trouble in Austin.
You got trouble in Austin?
Yeah, I was at a protest in Austin. But it was there at the Capitol. Like, that was, like, legit, like, we were there. And, we're sitting around laughing or whatever and joking about shit, sitting at the Capitol steps. And all of a sudden, all these fucking bottles and shit start getting thrown. Everything starts flying. Everybody starts screaming and freaking out. And after everybody screams and freaks out, like, people start getting arrested. So, Austin, the Capitol building's right here, and then you go a few blocks, and then 6th Street and all this other shit's right there. So we just went to the bar, and they caught us at the bar. Got in trouble. You guys at the protest. Man, the whole protest is everywhere, bro. What the fuck you think? We had to lie. We just came to the bar to get some drinks, and all this shit's happening. Nah, well, I think I saw him there. How you gonna miss this big ass beard? How you gonna miss this big fucking beard, dude? So that's how they fucking... I snitched on myself. So what other thoughts do you have about the dead internet theory?
I think it's real. Very, very, very real. I mean, thinking about it now, it's no real surprise if it is real. I'm assuming it is.
So, what about the multi-universe theory? the bubble theory. It's the theory is that we're a big bubble, right? Our universe is a big bubble, and then right next to it is another one, and then right behind it is another one, and right in front of us is another one, and right next to us on the other side is another, and right above us is another one, and right below us is another one. The infinite bubble universe, it's like the multiverse theory, but instead of it being like literally there's a universe right next to us right here right now. Like there's another set next to us, and then there's another set next to them, and then there's another set next, but it's us in multi different types of dimensional universes. The universe theory, the bubble theory, is that there's one above us, below us, and there's all these different and we're all tied together. This is also why I think that might be true, because there is that the Voltes void, the Voltes void. Said it backwards. The Voltes void. There's that big space, that big gap in the universe with nothing in it.
Nothingness.
What? Like, what is that? Huh? And then there's the great attractor that's happening.
I've always admired the Great Attractor.
It's pulling everything in. And now they're talking about how the supposedly the dark energy is slowly dying. What? Now it is? Oh my god, give me a fucking break, bro. Give me a fucking break. Give me a break. And they stole all those Kit Kat bars. Give me a break. Make me a for Kit Kat or a piece of that stolen Kit Kat bars. Sons of bitches. But yeah, man. I mean, there's all these things. It's all. I think it's. I think a lot of it's not hitting with people. It's only hitting like select little groups that are super terrified of everything. My rights are being taken away, and my hair's gonna fucking fly on fire, and all this other dumb shit. You know what I mean? Like it's hitting those people because they're easy to manipulate. They're easy to mentally control. They're easy to emotionally control.
Just
They're
say one
super
thing
easy.
and they'll flip
Yeah,
out.
right. They're fucking boom. You're in a paper bag. You're done for. Get the fuck out of here. But I think for the most part, like the majority of people are starting to see like y'all are full of shit. Like y'all are really full of shit. I mean, granted, it's taken them this long to get here, but hey, at least we're here. At least they're somewhat waking up to the bullshit. I give them that. No, I had to discover this shit on my own when I was in like in 6th or 7th grade, but I did it. But then again, I've always had conspiracy friends around me. All my friends are conspiracy theorists. This is why we get along so well. All walks of different life, dude, and we're all conspiracy theorists. And we're all like, hey, did you hear this? Hey, man, did you hear this? Do you know what I mean? I love it. I love it. It gives us things to talk about. It gives us things to laugh about. You know? Um, Dead internet theory is kind of a tricky one, though. Because that's where I met some of the best people that I've ever met. Dark Mist. You know what I mean? And then that your Aunt Gabby met, what's his name? She's married to him now. Her husband. I forget his name. We used to run COD competitions with him in Advanced Warfare. I forget his name. When we had the professional gaming team. Fuck, I forgot his name. I'm sorry, but I forgot. Austin. That's his name. Austin. Yeah, I forgot. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, Gabby. Um, Miss you and love you guys, man. Hope y'all doing all right. But yeah, dude, I don't. There's so many fucking theories. Get the fuck out of here. Did you see that message?
What's that?
Spam. Spam. It's all it fucking is. Spam. Bunch of bullshit. That's what it was. That's all it is, dude. Bunch of bullshit. What else, Sudi?
I think another thing that I believe that exists
Mm-hmm.
is parallel universes.
Go on.
I mean, when you think about it, there's so many different outcomes and changes and decisions. I think there's a parallel universe for every single one of those.
I think there's a parallel universe for every single one of us. Do you remember that day where I was like, "Oh, my eye hurts. My eye hurts." Do you remember that day? I think that was a parallel incident. I think another version of me was like shot right in the eye because it hurt my eye. My whole eye hurt, and the whole back of my head hurt. Like I felt another version of me, like was killed.
Oh,
How do you explain that? Like I had this rush of pain, right here, right in my eye, and then right in the back of my head. I was like, oh shit, like I think another version of me died somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That's parallel universe.
yeah.
Or like when I had that out of body experience and I like ripped through fabric. I ripped through the fabric of reality. And I saw myself driving with a whole bunch of people that were about to do some really fucked up shit, and I grabbed myself and I pulled myself out and I said, nope, we don't belong here. And I just pulled myself out of there. That was fucking weird. Another parallel reality type deal. You don't ever see yourself another like, hey, that's me. What am I doing? You don't ever see yourself that way.
I mean, uh, I remember seeing myself once in a dream, and it was me, but I was younger for some reason, and I was just watching myself like do what I guess other young kids do, run around, cause trouble, and I was just watching. I was like, I miss when I was younger. There's so many memories.
Would you rather be as open minded as you are now, or would you rather be ignorant?
Open-minded.
Now, you know, being open minded and seeing everything for what it is and how things are and the way things are, and not afraid to question everything and not afraid to go looking into things, you know, that comes with a lot of. People call it depression or sadness because you see how dark and fucked up things are. I call it freedom. I call it truly freedom, bro. I'd rather be free thinking and open minded and being able to see all aspects and all corners, and as we've talked about before, instead of being just so ignorant to one biasy.
Ignorance is bliss for some people, I guess.
And most people should stay ignorant. You want the truth about that? Most people need to stay ignorant. That is hard to deal with because there's a lot of people I know that, yeah, it's best that you stay ignorant. Because I could see how certain information could absolutely destroy your entire being. Like you would literally crumble and truly fall apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there is sometimes where it's good to, you know what, just stay ignorant. And now I know why, and I learned many years ago, I learned why they say ignorance is bliss. Because once you learn and you're open and your mind is open and you're just getting information, you're understanding and learning and diving into the deepest, darkest corners that people don't want to get into, it shows you why most people don't do it. It showed me exactly why most people are too afraid to do it, why they're too scared to do it, why they will never do it, why they're so afraid to do it. That's what being that kind of person has shown me. That sometimes maybe a little piece of me does wish at some level, in some minute scale, kind of wish I was still ignorant. Because all this shit you know, and all this shit you find out, and all the shit you learn, and all the things you see, all those years ago, when I was in middle school and high school, that has now come to fucking reality. Oh, look, I was already talking about this shit 25 years ago. Fuck are y'all talking about, bro? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, y'all are just getting on this now? I've been on it. Like, y'all are just figuring this out now? I have been done figured it out. Damn. Fuck. Talk about early to the game, you know what I mean? Talk about
Yeah.
early as shit to the game. But what do you do? Can't go back now. It's way too fucking late to go back
Yeah.
now. It's way too damn late. You know, and just you'll learn that as you grow too, as you continue to get older. And the more information and knowledge that you actually go after and you learn, you'll learn that. You'll see it. You'll see how much it fucking starts to like. You're gonna be like, what the fuck, 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 you know? Like all these fucking people, y'all can't be this. Do y'all not see what's happening? Do y'all not understand? A lot of people say that. I've seen a lot of videos. Do you not see what's happening? And they'll go through and try to explain what they think is happening. It's like, oh, no,
You
that's
don't
not
know what's
actually.
happening
Yeah, that's not
yourself.
actually what's happening. That's not actually what is happening at all. Like you're way fucking off base. You know. This is why I've always said, and I'll always say, I expect people to be people. I expect people to be people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, bro. Who's that? Uber Eats? Fucking Uber Eats, man. When I was in Colorado, Uber was cool. They knew me.
Yeah, I'm assuming they did.
I was always riding around, man. I was getting rides everywhere. Because the truck that I was picking up there wasn't ready. And it wasn't gonna be ready for like 2 weeks or some shit. It's like, fuck it, let's go. Get to drive around. I got paid. And that was cool. But I'd rather be over there with you guys. You know what I mean? Have y'all with me out there. Shit, let's go. So anyway, back to the parallel dimensions. Like where Bashar's from. That's a whole different dimension. Like that's our lineage still. Those are our ancestors from the future. They're like 1,000 years ahead of us or something like that. And so the story goes with that is that they were on the verge of complete annihilation. Like their whole species was going to be wiped out.
Oh.
But they evolved fast enough to where they can split themselves in between the next dimension, the spirit realm, and the physical realm. Yeah. And this is how they do the. It's not a possession, but it kind of is. But it's not really
It's
bad.
like them just taking over your body.
But it's not even taking over your body because all he's doing is speaking. He sits there and he sits like this, and he's just speaking. He's not getting up, beating people up, anything like that. You know what I mean? He's not out there fucking bullying people or fucking people up.
Yeah, of course.
You know, he's just talking about energies. He's talking about synchronicities. He's talking about alignments. He's talking about universal alignments, universal energies. He's talking about, the heart is its own energetic muscle, and you gotta align to it with your mind and your soul, and you gotta feel your soul. You gotta know your soul. You gotta understand your soul. You gotta, You know, be able to breathe in your soul and let your soul breathe. And most people, like, a lot of these people don't understand that. Because they were never taught that. You can't expect people to understand something that they don't understand and were never taught. And a lot of the times, most people learn shit the wrong way. I know because I did. That's how I know. That's how I know. The only way you know things is by doing it yourself. So, what do you think?
I think you're right on that. I mean, if you look at it in a spiritual way, we have chakras, of course,
Mm-hmm.
out of body experiences, astro traveling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think as a civilization, we could evolve,
Mm-hmm.
but all of this that's happening now, it's not happening anytime soon.
Well, it's not that it's not happening anytime soon. It's how do you keep the people distracted from making it happen? You keep one event after another, one event after another, one event after another, one event after another, one catastrophe after another, one fucking bullshit thing after another, one bullshit thing after another, one bullshit thing. You keep people at such a low vibration, a low energetic vibration, to where all they concern themselves with is skin color, how wrong your ideologies are, and how right my ideologies are.
Race.
That's skin color. Wars. Um, you keep them in constant fear. You keep the press pushing that constant fear. You keep the news and all these other little stupid TV shows like The View with them dumb broads. I can't stand those stupid bitches, bro. Fucking dumb as shit. Promoting fear. Hate the orange man. Hate the orange man. Hate the orange man. Hate the orange man. Hate this. Hate this. But if you go back in time and you go before any time he was ever president or ever announced for president, they fucking worship his dick. Oh, they were all over this motherfucker's balls. They were making songs about him. They were rapping about him. They were singing about him. They were praising him. He got humanitarian awards. He was getting all kinds of fucking donations and bonuses and shit from the public and shit from the government. Oh yeah, he fucking, the public loved Trump. But once he started running for president, all of a sudden, he's racist. All of a sudden, he's a bigot. All of a sudden, he's this and that and hoopla, hopla, hapla, beebity, bimbity, bimbity, bobbity, boop. They're all full of shit. They're all full of shit. They're all full of fucking shit. But that's how you keep the stupid people busy. That's how you keep stupid people ignorant. That's how you keep the stupid people distracted and out of the fucking way from what's really going on.
That's how you keep the stupid people stupid.
That's what I'm saying. Please don't be one of those people. But yeah, that's how you keep people distracted. You give the idiots food and entertainment, and you can do whatever you want behind the scenes, and they'll never know. All you gotta do is provide them food and entertainment, aka bread and sports. And you can rule the world from right underneath their feet.
And they'll never know.
They'll never know until it's too late. And what are you gonna do?
Nothing.
Because it's too late. But you gotta keep them distracted. Now you gotta keep them distracted. Now you gotta keep all these catastrophes happening, all this bullshit happening. They call it the never ending war. For a reason. They call it the never ending war for a reason. You good?
I'm tired.
You're tired. This fool's tired from what?
From school.
That's another thing that's full of shit. I think they should just be going to school for like 2-3 hours a day. That's it. That's it. At most. At
I don't
fucking
understand why they
most.
make school like an entire.
It's all programming. It's all programming. I'm telling you why. They keep it that way so they can program sheep because sheep are easier to control and to make sure that there's plenty of fear. If you don't do this and if you don't do that and if you don't do this, you're never going to do anything. You're never going to be anything. You're always going to be blah, 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 blah. It's all a load of shit, dude. Now, again, there are very few exceptions and there are outliers. Being a doctor, being a lawyer, being a police officer, being a federal agent, you know what I mean? Being an astronaut, being a physicist, a scientist, a oncologist, a dermatologist, a fucking biologist, geologist, you know, all these fucking quantum theory physicists and shit like that. Those guys, yes, do the school that helps you. But for everybody else, there's creative sides to so many people. Like I was super athletic. I wish I had the right athletic people around me that would help me there. But we didn't. My generation got built because we had shitty coaches who thought they were this shit. And they thought they were fucking Billy Badass know-it-all. And they didn't know shit. I didn't find that out, figure that out till years later. Oh, y'all were fucking destroying the fuck out of ourselves. And not helping get us further ahead in any of our athletic careers or whatever. Sweetie, I was squatting my freshman year. What was I squatting? It was like 600 or 700 squatting my freshman year. I was only like 5. It's like 5'4". I weighed 189. But I was short, so the beep boop. You know what I mean? Beep.
No, in science, we had a lab, and it was about lung capacity. Since it's getting closer to the end of the year, we're learning human body anatomy. So we were learning about the lung capacity, and it was where you take a deep breath and then you'd blow into a balloon, then you'd measure it. But before that, you'd need to measure your height, and apparently I'm 5'4".
Already, bro. Already. She's gonna be tall. But I have a lot of tall cousins. They're all over 6'2", 6'3". It's tall, linky motherfuckers. But yeah, that's genetics. And then again, apparently we're Scandinavian or some shit. Yeah, I think we're Scandinavians, like 6%.
I think Corey, my best friend, I think he's like 5'8", 5'7", 5'8".
But my bloodline comes from Spain. Like we're direct descendants. It's like I think I've talked about it before, from like 1547 or 1567,
We have
something like that.
a part of Spain named after us, right?
Yeah, Moya,
Yeah.
Moya, Spain. Yeah. Um, it's in the northern part, uh, like closer to the Baltic Sea.
That's so cool, though.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's just badass. It's a beautiful place too. Gorgeous place.
No way, I saw pictures of it. It's beautiful out there.
I'd love to go out there, dude. You know, that's where a lot of people go to retire.
Really?
Spain. Yeah. In fact, right now, Spain is like none of the people are paying their bills. They've had enough of their government pulling stupid shit, so they all stopped paying their bills. All of Spain has stopped paying their bills. Like, hell yeah, that's what's up. Fuck them. Fuck them, bro. Fuck them. They go on and get it. Go on and get it. There was one thing that this comedian Ari Shafir was talking about. He was with a podcast guy, and he was like, "How do we get this to change?" And he turned around and he said, "You start killing politicians. If you want real fucking change and you really want shit to stop and you really want shit to be done for the people, you have to start killing politicians." He goes, "Go through history. That's how it has been done, and that's how you'll actually get shit to change." And I was thinking about it, and I was like starting to go through history. It's like, kind of, he's not wrong. That's kind of how you do get things to change. You want all this shit to stop. You want all these pedophiles to stop being protected. And you want all these sick fucks who steal all your fucking money and they steal your children and all these people go missing and all this shit's happening. You
You have
want
to
all
do
this
it by
secret shit.
force.
You're gonna have to fucking do it by force. But there's also, you got to get through that layer. You're gonna have to get through that layer of people who blindly protect them because they're paid a shitload of money. I'll buy your loyalty. You just die for me when if this shit happens. I'll buy your loyalty. And there's thousands of them, thousands and thousands and thousands of them. What do you think the fucking cops are? That's what cops are. That's all they fucking are. Cops, feds, politicians. They're all just there to protect the elite. That's
Just
all they're there
overpaid
for.
bodyguards.
That's all they're there for. Nothing more, nothing less. Remember, they enforce the rules on you, not them. They enforce the rules on you, not them. I'm not wrong. A while back, a few years ago, there was an incident in Florida where a drunk kid, he was like 22, killed an entire family of 4 or 5. There was like 2 babies and 2 young kids
Oh,
and 2 adults or something like that. Something like that. And he was drunk driving and he killed all of them. Crashed into them. He got off on house arrest. Because the fucking judge and the guy, his dad was just a higher up. He was fucking balling in fucking hard fucking cash. That's why I say what I say. And that's not the first time that's happened. That's been happening for decades and decades and decades. There's a fucking track record as long as here to the moon, if not longer, and all the way back, and all the way over, and all the way back, and all the way over. Dude, that's I'm telling you. I'm telling you what it is. And cops will tell you, no, we're here to protect you. No, you're not. Stop your bullshit and cut your line. The only reason you say that is because you've been brainwashed into believing that that's what your job is. But when it comes down to it and you're told what your real job is, you have to do your real job. And that is to enforce the law upon the people, not to enforce the law upon. If that was the case, if it was being the other way around, a lot of these politicians would be in federal prison right now.
or death
Or
sentence.
death sentences, yeah. They're not, are they?
Nope.
Are they? Exactly. Proving my point even more so. I don't give a shit if they're Democrat, Republican. I don't give a fuck about any of that bullshit. It's dumb shit. It's all just to split and divide people. That's all it's for. Anyway, moving on. Parallel realities. Multi dimensions. 12 dimensions. 12 stargates. And 12 stargates are around the world. You know they just found another Sphinx by in on the plateau, right?
Plateau?
The Giza plateau. They just found another Sphinx buried underneath the sand. Not too far ahead of the original Sphinx. It's like catty corner diagonal style. Probably like I think it's like 70, 80 miles down the road. There's another one. Like, bro, what? I'm sorry, what? You found another one? Dang, bro.
How do you open these stargates?
Water. Water holds electricity. Water holds power. Water holds memory. Water holds your source of energy. Water can move electricity. So you on the top, and when the top was there, it's actually a diamond. Because if they were to uncover the entire thing, like there's a whole electrical grid that ties into the center of the earth. So it's a big ass fucking power plant. Yeah. That opens all these stargates around the world. So once the pyramids are on and the Sphinx are open and they're, you know what I mean, pumping electricity on a worldly grid, not just like, hey, your lights are on in the house, but on a
Worldwide?
worldly grid. On a worldly grid. Okay, this is why the ley lines and shit like that exist. Once that happens, you'll start seeing all these fucking stargates, Peru, the Nazca lines. You'll start seeing the fucking Stonehenge. You'll start seeing the shit in Iran, Iraq, those stargates. The stargates in China, the stargates in most of Europe, the stargates here, the stargates in Mexico. They'll all start opening up. But it has to come from the power within. That's why they just discovered all those fucking those tubes with the spiral thing wrapped around them, running. What I think it was like a couple 100 miles underneath.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, down through the soil, underneath the pyramids. It's a fucking power plant. It's an energetic world power plant.
You know how you get those pyramids to work and how you get the Sphinx open.
It's like a Kickstarter, bro. You gotta have the energy. You gotta have the electricity, right? You gotta have the water. So your all your feeds have to be open and running. So you have water running through them and underneath them. And then with the Sphinx, I think the Sphinx was like on the inside downstairs where they're not allowed to go. There's nothing under there. There's nothing in there. Yeah, there is. That's where all the controls are. That's where all the information is. That's where how you run the whole thing and you get everything up and operational. That's how you turn it on. I think that's where all I don't just I've always had that gut feeling of like and that thought of like that's where the control panels are. I've always had that gut feeling, and that's why when they first started saying, there's nothing in there, and we've done all these scans, and we've done all this bullshit, blah 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 blah, shut the fuck up. That there's nothing in there. It's like, you may tell everybody else that, then they may be stupid to it. I'm not. There's something in there. I know. I know there's things in there. I know there's things to turn those fucking things on. I know there's things in there. And then they started finding all this stuff. Big old platforms, giant platforms with these tubes with spiral case wrapped around it, wrapping all the way up to the bottom of the pyramids. What? I'm sorry, what? That sounds like a coil to me. They sound like big giant coils to me. Shooting straight down? Now, for whatever it's worth, I may not be a super genius, but I'm not dumb.
The Egyptians were definitely ahead of their time.
Why do you think Atlantis existed? Atlantis was real. Plato wrote about them. Socrates. All these philosophers wrote about them. Just like they wrote about Yeshua. They all fucking... Even after Jesus' death. Like all these other philosophers after that. They all wrote about him. Thousands of years later. They fucking write about him. 1,000 years later. That's where the Dead Sea Scrolls and stuff like that. Like they would match him against like the old King James version. And even the original text from like a 1300 Bible or you know what I mean? Like a 9th century Bible. They would take the Dead Sea Scrolls and they would test the languages against them and see if the stories were the fucking same. And they are. There was more, I think it's like, I forget the count, please forgive me if I'm wrong about the actual count of books in the Bible. I think it's something like 20 something books in the Bible or something like that.
But it's been so watered down and pressurized into this.
Yeah, it's compressed. It's majorly seriously compressed. But originally there was like 85 books.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Mary Magdalene had work in there. Um,
Who's Mary Magdalene?
Mother Mary?
Ah.
You know, that's why I tell you need to study your Bible, bro. Or even like the first wife of Adam. Um, Lilith. Do you know about that? Do you know about her?